Welcome to the series Keep Calm and Kanji On for learning kanji used in Japanese. The reference material I am pulling from is a book by Robert Everman, which can be bought on Lulu or Amazon, links below. This video series does not serve as a replacement for a classroom, so in order to truly benefit, you should buy the book yourself and do the daily exercises and weekly reviews. Alright, let's get started. This video is covering these 10 kanji. I'm excited because these are pretty useful ones in my opinion. Alright, ready? Let's go. First up, this is the 31st most common kanji. It means think. Now, let's go over the 4 most common words that use this kanji in order. Starting off with a pretty straightforward one, this means to think. The first kanji is pronounced omo, and the second character is the hiragana for u. The kanji means think, as we just established, and the u is a common verb ending that we may have covered before. Together you get to think. Next we have thoughts. The first kanji is still pronounced omo, and the second character is the hiragana for i. The first kanji still means think, but the standalone i in this case is not indicative of an i adjective, so watch out. This word is actually a noun. Anyway, the noun version of thinks is thoughts, and that's the best that I got. Next we have to recall. The first kanji is still pronounced omo, the second character is the hiragana for i, the third kanji is pronounced da, and the final character is the hiragana for su. This is actually an example of a compound word, with the first word being omoi, or thoughts, from the slide before, and dasu is a review word from a previous lesson meaning to take out. So to recall something is, in a literal sense, taking out thoughts from your memory, so hopefully this tip helps you. Next we have to seem. The first kanji has been pretty consistent so far. It is still pronounced omo, and the second and third characters are the hiragana for e and ru respectively. The kanji still means think, and eru is a common verb ending, as we've gone over before. The phrase I use to remember this is, I think it is like this, or it seems like this. Next up, this is the 32nd most common kanji. It means study, learn, or educational institution. I find this one pretty easy to remember because it kind of looks like a lit up light bulb. See? Now, let's go over the 4 most common words using this kanji in order. This word means university. The first kanji is pronounced dai, and the second gaku. Remember what the first kanji means? We've learned it before. It means big. The second, as we now know, means study or educational institution. A university is where you go to learn big studies, which is how I'll be referring to my undergraduate studies from now on. Next, we have student. The first kanji is pronounced gaku, and the second sei. The first kanji means study, and we have another review kanji here. It means life. A student lives the study lifestyle. So why do we call it studying? Looks like we have a bonus word. You can combine the previous 2 words to get university student. They retain the original pronunciations of dai, gaku, and sei, respectively, and they still mean big study and life, giving us the big studies lifestyle. On a more serious note, this is one of the reasons learning kanji can be really nice. Even if you don't quite know what word you're looking for, you can often figure out a combination of kanji to get your point across. As far as how to pronounce these Frankenstein words, I can't help you there, but I can help you learn the next word, which is to study in depth or to learn. Switching up pronunciation, the first kanji is pronounced mana, and the second character is the hiragana for bu. The first kanji means study, but unfortunately I don't know what the bu adds to it, so you'll just have to remember this one is study, but deeper. Next we have middle school. The first kanji is pronounced chu, and the second gaku again. Another review kanji, remember what this means? It means center. And the second we are very familiar with at this point as meaning study or educational institution. Put them together and you get middle school. Alright, so this is the 33rd most common kanji. It means spirit, gas, or feeling, but I commonly translate it as energy. Now, let's go over the 4 most common words that use this kanji in order. This word means feeling. The first kanji is pronounced ki, a pretty common pronunciation for it in my experience, and the second is pronounced bun. The first kanji I translate as energy, and the second you should recognize. It means part, as we've learned before. So, a feeling is a part of your energy. Next we have popular. The first kanji is pronounced ni, and the second ki again. This episode is packed full of review kanji, as we've learned before that the first kanji means person, and again I translate the second one as energy. Now, with YouTube's latest restrictions, I'm hoping this doesn't get me in trouble, but my phrase for remembering this one is a person with big dick energy tends to be popular. Next, we have to notice. The first kanji is still pronounced ki, and the second and third characters are the hiragana for zu and ku respectively. Now, I put a D in parentheses as some people pronounce this one more like zu, but the modern pronunciation guides have it as just zu. Anyway, the first kanji I will translate as feeling this time, and the hiragana indicate a verb ending, giving us to feel or to notice. Next, we have seriousness. The first kanji is pronounced hon, and the second ki. Another review kanji, it means truth, and I'll translate the second one again as energy. For this one, you have to remember that while seriousness can mean something grave, it is also used for real or true things, such as with the phrase, "Are you serious?" So, seriousness can be described as an energy of truth. 4 words don't feel like enough to truly capture the usefulness of this kanji. I won't go over them in detail, but here are some bonus words that, while they may not be super frequent, I feel are frequent enough to worth knowing, such as illness, steam, cheerful, electricity, courage, air or atmosphere, humidity, weather, healthy, remember that one because it'll come up later, the market, as in the economic climate, and cold. But wait, I'm not done with it just yet. Here is a bonus phrase. It goes like this: O genki desu ka? It literally translates as "are healthy?" and is a small talk or polite way of asking, "How are you?" Similar to English, a common reply is simply "genki desu" or "I'm healthy," rather than how you're actually feeling. Okay, now I am done with this kanji and we can move on. This is the 34th most common kanji. It means say or speech. Now let's go over the 4 most common words that use this kanji in order. This word means to say. The first kanji is pronounced I, and the second character is the hiragana for U. The first kanji means say, and the hiragana is a verb ending, giving us to say. Easy peasy. Let's kick it up a notch. This word means to say or to be possible. The first kanji is pronounced I again, and the second and third characters are the hiragana for e and ru respectively. Again, the kanji means say, and the eru is a verb ending. A phrase you can remember is to say it like it is. Next, this word means statement. The first kanji is pronounced hatsu, and the second gin. We will go over this kanji in a moment, but it means emit, and the second kanji means speech. You can make a statement by emitting speech. Next, we have a single word. The first kanji is pronounced hito, and the second koto. The first kanji means one, which you probably knew from earlier episodes. The second kanji means say, giving us one say, one word, or finally a single word. Now, this is the 35th most common kanji. It means discharge, start, emit, and departure. We saw its usage as emit just a couple slides ago. Now let's go over the 4 most common words that use this kanji in order. First up, we have discovery. The first kanji is pronounced ha, and the second ken. As we've discussed before, a double consonant indicates a small pause. The first kanji means start, and the second is a review kanji meaning see. The first sight of something can be said to be its discovery. Next, we get statement. We went over this earlier in the video, so I'll be brief. The kanji are hatsu and gen, respectively. They mean emit and speech, and you can make a statement by emitting speech. Next, this word means outbreak. The first kanji is pronounced ha again, and the second is pronounced se. Remember that the double consonant indicates a slight pause. The first kanji means discharge, and you may remember the second kanji means life. So an outbreak can be the discharge of bacterial life. Pretty grim. Next, we have departure. The first kanji is pronounced shu, and the second patsu. Double consonants seem to be popular for the words with this kanji. Remember that the first kanji means exit and the second departure. So this is a pretty redundant word because even if you only remember one of the kanji, you still know the answer. Now this is the 36th most common kanji. It means enter or put in. Here are the 4 most common words that use this kanji in order. This word means to get in. The first kanji is pronounced I, and the second character is the hiragana for ru. The first kanji means enter, as we just learned, and the ru is a common verb ending, giving us to enter in or to get in. Next we have to put in. The first kanji is pronounced I again, and the second and third characters are the hiragana for re and ru respectively. The first kanji means put in, and the reru is a verb ending. As a side note, the R column is generally very difficult for native English speakers, as you might tell from my own attempts, so don't feel bad if you find it difficult as well. Anyway, put it all together and you get to put in. Next we have entering. The first kanji is pronounced I, and the second character is the hiragana for ri. The first kanji means enter, and while I don't know what the hiragana adds as far as meaning goes, it is helpful for a tip. When you see this word, remember it's entering. Next we have container. The first kanji is still pronounced I, so pretty consistent so far, and the second character is the hiragana for re. The first kanji means put in, and again I don't know what the re contributes, but sadly I'm also not using it for the tip. Instead, my tip is that a container is something that you put things into. Now, this is the 37th most common kanji. It means section or part. Now, let's go over the 4 most common words that use this kanji in order. This word means one part. The first kanji is pronounced ichi, and the second bu. The first kanji you know means one, and the second, as we just learned, means part. Put them together and you get one part. Next, this word means portion. The first kanji is pronounced bu, and the second bun. The first kanji means part, and as we have reviewed earlier, the second kanji also means part. So, a part of a part can also be described as a portion. Next, we have headquarters. The first kanji is pronounced hon, and the second bu. The first kanji is review, but using a meaning we haven't used before, origin. The second means section. The headquarters of a company is often, but not always, the original department. Next we have head of a section. The first kanji is pronounced bu, and then the second chul with a long o. The first kanji means section, and the second is a review kanji meaning president or head, giving us section head. Moving on, this is the 38th most common kanji. It means woman or female. It is one of the cooler looking kanji in my opinion. Now let's go over the 4 most common words that use this kanji in order. This word means women. The first kanji is pronounced jo and the second she. The first kanji means woman, and the second, you may remember, can be a noun suffix, giving us women as a noun. Next we have girl. The first kanji is pronounced onna, the second character is the hiragana for no, and the last kanji is pronounced ko. The first kanji means female. The hiragana is a possessive particle, and in this case, kanji means child, giving us a female child or girl. Bonus word. This word means woman, as in an adult woman. The first kanji is pronounced onna, the second character is the hiragana for no, and the last kanji is pronounced hito. As before, the first kanji means female and the hiragana is a possessive particle. This time, the last kanji is a review one meaning person. So, the kanji for woman roughly translates to female person. Next we have maid. The first kanji is pronounced jo and the second chu with a long u. The first kanji means woman and the second, you may remember, means center. My best tip for this is some women use their maiden name as a middle name. Next we have eldest sister. The first kanji is pronounced cho with a long o and the second jo. The first kanji is a review one meaning leading and the second means female. The eldest sister is the first female born in a family. This is the 39th most common kanji. It means stand up, stand, erect, or establish. Time for a bonus tip. I don't always point it out, but many kanji are made up of other kanji or radicals. This kanji makes up a part of the kanji for part. Now that you know that, keep an eye when you're studying kanji to see if you notice any more radicals. Next, let's take a look at the four most common words that use this kanji in order. This word means to stand. The first kanji is pronounced ta, and the second character is the hiragana for tsu. The first kanji means stand, and in this case, tsu is a verb ending, giving us to stand. Always nice when that happens. Next we have to stand up. The first kanji is pronounced ta, and the second and third characters are the hiragana for te and ru respectively. The first kanji means to stand up this time, and the teru is a verb ending, giving us to stand up. Next we have standpoint. The first kanji is pronounced tachi, and the second ba. The first kanji means stand, and don't tell me you've forgotten the Cthulhu missionary wandering from place to place. Together they make the place from where we stand, or standpoint. Next, this word means national. The first kanji is pronounced koku, and the second ritsu. The first kanji is a review one, meaning country, and the second means stand up. My tip for remembering this one is that nationals tend to stand up for their country. Finally, the last one for this episode, this is the 40th most common kanji. It means month or moon. Now let's go over the four most commonly used words with this kanji. This is the counter for months. The first kanji is pronounced ka, and the second getsu. As with most counters, the counter element is a semi-random kanji connected to the kanji that it's counting for. When you use it, you can count the number of months. This is the same word as before, but with a different counter element. It's still pronounced ka, with the month kanji still being pronounced getsu. In this case, the counter element actually looks like the katakana of its sound, ka. The usage is the same as before for counting the number of months. Next, this word means this month. The first kanji is pronounced kon, and the second getsu. The first kanji is a review one, meaning now, and the second means month, giving us now month, or this month. This word means January. The first kanji is pronounced ichi, and the second gatsu, so slightly different from before. The first kanji means one, and the second month. The first month of the year is January. You can form the other months similarly. Nigatsu for February, Sangatsu for March, etc. So hopefully seeing this word helped you realize that one of the reasons for having counter elements, the addition of the counter element changes the meaning from January to 1 month, as seen here. And speaking of counters, we have a bonus word for you, Monday. The first kanji is pronounced getsu, and the counter as a whole is pronounced yobi with a long yo. The first word means moon, and the counter represents the day of the week, giving us moon day like in English, or as I like to think of it, month day of the week. And congratulations, you're now almost a third through the Happy Days chorus in Japanese. So now that that's out of the way, it's time for review. Let's go over the 10 most common words that use these kanji. I'll show you a word, count down from 5, and reveal the meaning. Ready? Go. What does this word mean? University. Next, what does this word mean? Student. Next, what does this word mean? Girl. Next, what does this word mean? One part. Next, what does this word mean? Portion. What does this word mean? Feeling. Next, what does this word mean? Popularity. Next, what does this word mean? Statement. Next, what does this word mean? Discovery. Alright, did you get them all? If you need further review, feel free to look through these videos again, use the book this series is based on, links below, or another resource of your choosing. And remember, don't panic. You got this. Bye!